sure I had made sure mine is muted.
Yes.
Or my version of the stream, because that's gonna get really weird real fast.
I'll bring the stream up. Sure. What's the
Hunter_bros on Twitch.
Bruh.
Yep. It's up. Everything's recording. We're ready to go.
Sweet.
All right.
Nasty.
In that case, I'd like to welcome everybody to our those who are joining on Twitch to the first session.
Welcome.
The first session
Hello.
is a bit of a white lie there.
Well, for the first session that they're all gonna see.
Yes.
No, it's the first session. Nothing happened before this.
Yes, we all started at level 2. We didn't just kill a bunch of thugs.
What are you talking about?
These aren't bodies lying on the ground. What are you talking
definitely
about?
didn't get 1,000,000 gold. I would be insane.
Cheese doesn't have a shit ton of blood on her hands right now, no.
And
I don't
from
know.
I
coming
don't
out
know
of
what
the
you
mouth.
guys
gold in
are
my
talking
pocket.
about.
Is that missing your honor?
Oh yeah, I did bite someone.
Oh, well,
Forgot that.
All right. So, for those who would care to be interested. Okay, so welcome those on Twitch for proper and those joining on YouTube. Jeez, I need to write myself a script for this or
You
something.
do need to write yourself a script. It's honestly
going
the
to bring it
easiest
every
thing ever is to write a script and read from it.
Nah.
Yes,
Doing it
no,
every
I'm
time.
aware. I'm very much aware. I need to do that. Anyway,
Or just be a
for
force
those of you,
chaos.
Well,
okay.
that's my job.
Those of you joining us the first time, welcome to what will be for you the first session of Here Be Dragons, a campaign set more than 400 years after the standard timeline for 5th edition. 400 years since the disappearance of every dragon across the entirety of the Forgotten Realms.
Bum, bum, bum.
I am going to be your GM, Shadow. That will be just fine. And going up from me, let's begin introducing ourselves. So directly above
would
me
be
in
me,
our
yeah.
Discord chat, in our Discord chat, directly above me would be our lovely half-elf rogue.
Yep. I am Harme. I am playing Sapphire Eldercrow, and I'm a rogue. This will be fun. A weird rogue, no less, but yeah, she's not edgy.
You-
All right.
When you say that, you sound just a little bit edgy.
Just a wee.
Little
Yeah,
bit of
tell you
weeaboo
what,
in there. Little
worry
bit of
about it.
weeaboo.
Don't
No!
worry about it. One up from our lovely rogue. Let's introduce the host of the stream.
Yes, as always, I am your host, Hunter, otherwise known as Requiem, and in this game, I will be playing Lessla Silverster, the noble from the Silver Marshes. Marches, not marshes. It's mostly woodlands and desert, actually.
Woo, marshes.
Dead mashes.
All right, and
That's
one up
fine.
from our noble. Let's introduce their retainer.
I am retainer to no one. Fuck off. So I am knight, but I play Inik Trothar, a blue dragonborn knight of the House of Trothar. They are indebted to, or they are underneath the house that Lessla has been betrothed to. So I am her bodyguard. I live in the desert. I don't know what else to say. That's really it.
That's good enough. Moving one up. Let's introduce our resident woodland hermit.
Oh, yes.
We have 2 of those, but sure.
Yeah, we have a couple. We have a couple woodland
We do have a
hermits.
couple of those.
All the woodland hermits, really.
This one specifically, this is Hobo Forest Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
So I play Corvus Humblewood. So most people would only know him by Corvus, or strange old man lives in the forest. He is a monk, though he wouldn't identify himself as that. He has a pet drake. He located here, currently feasting on the corpse of a man.
Typical
Yeah.
Tuesday afternoon things.
Typical day for us.
It's
honestly.
a typical Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One up, the last of our players here. Let's go ahead and
And
introduce
certainly
our...
least.
Oh yes.
yeah.
Definitely. We went in order of importance, obviously.
Let's go ahead and introduce our other hermit, the forest child, whose soul is possibly too pure for this world and simultaneously too dark for it.
Hello, I am Marin, and I am playing the lovely Faun Druid Bleu Cheese. She would like to live in your walls.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
That's it.
Derek.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
What more do you
Christ.
need than that?
Yeah.
Great
Also-
question. I don't know.
We have one last person here, not playing a character, but you might hear them chime in, our resident artist. If you would like to introduce yourself, or just keep quiet, it is up to you.
Oh, no, I don't mind. Hello, everyone. My name is Carrington, aka What Up Care, and I bring these characters to life physically.
I was fully anticipating just a long pause of silence and then thinking I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, I was waiting for the silence, the disconnect, the reconnect. Then, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's
Okay.
perfect.
Keep that in mind, everyone.
All right. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Which of our lovely players tonight would like to give a session recap of not just last session, but the story on thus far?
Oh, pick me.
Okay.
It's
I
all yours,
want to say
Rupert.
Knight, but I know he doesn't even remember what we did last week.
He doesn't know what we're doing right now.
I do remember.
All right, go ahead then.
Please
Alrighty. So we were walking, or we had walked back from the job, and people were.
No. We have to
going
stop
there.
from the beginning, man.
The
From the very beginning.
of the.
The beginning
Yep.
of time.
Session
We have to start with
one.
the
The
Big Bang.
beginning of
So
the beginning
No.
of the history of the Forgotten Realms. Go.
at the
Yeah.
beginning, there
when
was
Tiamat
nothing.
decided
That was
that
pretty
there
boring.
needed to be a
So
world.
then stuff started being. And then it got closer together, and it got closer together, and it got closer together, and then boom, it's a star.
How are we this off track
Okay,
already?
Okay.
I'm putting a stop to this now. Someone please actually give us a recap.
I got
Let's
you.
bring
I
someone
got
who
you.
wanted
Somebody
Knight
said
to
to
do
go
the
from the
recap.
start of time. It's not my
Just-
fault.
I just wanted to see what would happen. Okay. All right.
Chaos.
So everything up to this point has just been our chuckle fucks meeting in tavern original. Because all of us found out information that made us decide to join the Adventurers Guild for all our reasons. Some nefarious, some some whatever the opposite of good is. Started with our dear Sapphire arriving, falling asleep, getting knocked shit on while she was asleep by the traveling trio.
It was early in the morning. Fuck off.
And Chup, I'm doing the recap here. And then the mic actor came in. Everyone wanted to pet his Drake for some reason. I don't know why. We got
Because
a
I'm a
job.
dragon, bro.
Well, we're forced to be together. We didn't have a choice. We all kind of just like, fuck it, we'll do it. We had to go deal with some centipedes. Got a shit handed to us initially, and then got on the swing of things. Came back after dispatching this and taking a bunch of stuff, including a mysterious book, mysterious dagger. It wasn't a mysterious cloak, but it was a cloak with a symbol of a group called the Aberrant Scales.
They're a gang.
Group. Okay. We then all went to bed. Got paid. Got paid. Went to bed. And then we're like, hey, this dagger's very interesting. let's go to the library and have a nice, relaxing day. While Corvus is also looking for a cat. This is very important. Very important.
It's
job.
Very important indeed.
When we got confronted by the Chuckle Fucks of the Thousand Fangs and the Aberrant Scales, two warring gangs who really want this dagger. Less than nice things were said, magic was thrown. Who started it? Who can say?
I did.
But we ended up killing them. We ended up killing them all. And now we're waiting. Now we got and our dear Sapphire went and got the guards, and now we're being forced to stay here until the captain arrives against our will, because that's
Yeah, I
how
know it's
crime
weird. The rogue went to get the police of the Waterdeep.
works. Well, we would have to, because if you just walk across a bunch of bodies, you have to say gang war, but you have to go who won.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
On top of that, we are in a part where these two rival gangs don't typically meet up because it's the nicer part of town.
Yeah, we're in the upper crust, which is very weird.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'll get each of our characters slept either in their own house, in luxury, or next to a god. Slept in the open.
Not in the fun way though.
Yeah.
All right.
Really,
Without
depending
further
on how you
ado,
see that.
let us pick up where we left off. The lot of you waiting for the guards to bring in their captain, who
Mhm.
would like very much to speak with you.
Yep. And Sapphire looking very concerned and possibly a bit on edge, despite everything being fine here.
Yeah, the question is do you all wish to chat amongst yourselves about what's gone down or anything
I'm
while
just
you're
watching,
waiting?
as we have not had dinner, we have not had breakfast. I'm just watching my fucking ambush strike eat this man. Just eating him.
None of the guards are really willing to step in and stop that.
I figured.
Yeah. Lessla will.
Is. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Lessla will, now that her clothing is repaired and unsoiled from the blood from going unconscious, will step up towards the leader of this guard detachment.
This guy right here.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think it's
As a
gal.
woman.
Yes. That gal. And she will say is, greetings. Does she have like a rank insignia on her, or she just
She does, but it's not one you would know. You're fairly new to Waterdeep.
okay. So it's greetings, Sergeant?
Close enough.
I'm willing to bet Lieutenant.
It might be a lieutenant. What can I assist you with today? As you can see, we have been accosted by these hooligans.
For the moment, I just need you to wait for our captain to arrive.
Hmm.
And please sit tight and please don't make any trouble.
Well, you will get no trouble from me. I can promise you that. The Drake over there, I cannot make any promises for, though. I do not yet know how tentative it is. And then she will pet the pseudo dragon that's on her shoulder.
Cloutha bristles and leans into it a little bit more. She looks you over, looks at the rest of the group. Few of you still have some injuries. Others of you are noticeably less injured or completely unscathed.
Inik.
Sapphire.
Glances over at
I
the
attacked the most people. Not my fault. I'm uninjured.
yeah. Looks over at the mostly charred corpses down here. Gives you all a nod. Just wait for the captain to arrive. She'll have some questions for you.
As you wish. How uncomfortable does this person look?
Very. Most
I-
of them do.
Hmm.
I mean,
If
the
you-
body being
Shadow,
eaten.
Shadow, do we have a name for the shop? Or no?
for your shop,
Correct.
I will get back to you on that.
Okay. In that case, Sapphire is going to. I would probably know the insignia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a lieutenant?
Yes.
Lieutenant, if I may, would it be possible to send 1 or 2 guards to check on insert name of shop here? I have a brother that works there, and I don't know if he might be attacked or not, and I'd rather play it safe.
She looks over at the fellow next to her and gives him a nod, and he very quickly and clearly very happily turns on his heel and takes off at a run.
Lessla, after saying that, will look to the lieutenant and say, if you and your men wish to take a step back and compose yourselves, I will ensure that me and my compatriots do not move very far from this location.
No, that's quite all right. It's part of our job.
I'm just gonna say Sapphire is probably gonna be kind of not exactly pacing, but she's definitely not able to stand still.
Okay.
But she'll
Corvus
stay within the square that she's in.
Corvus is meditating,
As you do.
as I do.
Are you gonna hide in the bush first?
No, I don't need to.
He is one with the bush.
I am one with everything.
He
I
is
am
the
one with
bush.
everything. I am all. All is me.
Good.
Jesus just holding an armful of illicit weaponry.
Right. That's right. You just picked up a bunch of
She's holding
contraband.
4 daggers, and a crossbow, and 20 crossbow bolts. None of them she wants to, or I don't think even can use.
She's just
She can use
burying them.
daggers, but
Just burying them in
She-
the dirt, like claiming
she's
them.
just carrying them.
Well, as you all stand around waiting, about 10, 15 minutes go by. And a pair of significantly well-armored soldiers, these ones wearing the emblem of the Dragonel Riders, march into the square and take up their positions, flanked by one lieutenant up here who has the wrong token.
Oh no.
Oh.
Mhm.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da.
Fucking better. Fucking slacking.
Yeah. Hang on. There's her
Get
right token.
excited by God today. Just Corvus, lightning bolt. Ah.
There we go. Lieutenant, the captain who you are familiar with from your previous encounter with her steps forward and she surveys the scene. Yeah,
Captain
looks
Ashland.
over and looks directly ahead of her to Lessla.
Lessla, by this point, would have sheathed her rapier and is currently in the. As soon as she sees the captain lay eyes on her, she will give a I don't know. She's not a courtesy person. She will give a bow of sorts and says, "Captain."
She gives you a nod and looks to the corpse lying right next to you. Would you mind telling me what happened here?
Yes, we were making our way to a library in order to do some personal studying, and these ruffians accosted us, talking about a job we had done for the Adventurers Guild, and how something from their warehouse was taken and they wanted it back.
What did they want?
They were asking about a knife, I believe.
A knife.
One that I believe we had already turned into the guards.
No, we turned in a scimitar, not a knife. That is an out of character correction because I know your character doesn't like to lie.
I thought we had turned in both after the clarification on.
Didn't turn
No,
in the
you
knife.
still have that knife.
Nope,
Yeah.
they'll have the knife.
Specifically,
Alrighty.
Lessla has the knife.
Yes.
Because that knife does not have a runestone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Which
yeah, it was
makes it
there
legal.
was the runestone one. Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were asking about some knife. At which point, my companion here made a comment, and they made it very clear they did not intend to leave us alive. And so we defended ourselves.
Quite handily as well.
Well, I have a good eye for talent when it comes to companions, and I have been lucky thus far.
Just a like, kind of like really face, but it's a quick one. Just like the downside of not having all of our faces on here as well, just to be like.
I had warned them that if they decided to press the attack, that it would not end well, for they are attacking a noble of the Silver Marshes. Regardless of success, it would not go unpunished. They did not heed that.
What makes this odd is that none of them decided to run away, even when they were clearly going to lose.
Honestly, I'm
That
surprised
may not
you
be as
didn't.
odd as you think.
Raised eyebrow. Because I believe you told me that like these guys would typically run if things were looking too bad for them.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. They bugger out when the guards are on the way.
Mm.
But this also clearly wasn't a turf war like you're used to seeing.
True.
Could you elaborate on that, Captain?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Alrighty. Oh, that dice was rolling on a 4 for so long.
Oh, lucky.
She gives you a once-over for about the third or fourth time now. This isn't our first encounter with them. And it's not the first time they've made moves into the more affluent parts of the city either. They're beginning to become a serious problem. And their actions, as you can quite clearly see, differ from what your average group of thugs would normally do. Fighting to the death and blatantly drawing the attention of the guards as of recent.
At which point, Lessla kind of rubs her chin and says, "It did strike me as odd that they were in possession of more arcane items. Particularly if I am..."
Just gestures to Cheese holding all the illegal weaponry.
Well, that's not what Lessla was referring to.
Oh.
In particular, it was the spell tattoos. I do not know if those are common here in Waterdeep, but in my experience, it still requires a decently skilled artificer to make even the receptacle for such inks.
Spell-wrought tattoos?
Yes, I believe that this, and she kicks the leader, one here was using one that was that of the psychic blade, or shadow blade, that is what it is called.
I'm familiar with the spell.
The others use simple cantrips, firebolt. as in opening salvo of sorts.
This is the first I've heard of them using such arcane devices.
Then it seems that their tactics are escalating, Captain.
She looks over the corpses at the pile of weapons that Cheese is just
Bleeding
holding
one,
very
partially
casually.
eaten one as well.
Yeah. She doesn't seem bothered by that. You get the feeling this is more normal than she would like it to be.
Yep.
I would appreciate it if you could all keep this quiet. The last thing we need in this city is a panic, and even less so for some bleeding heart or noble down on his luck looking to make a name for himself to commission a group less skilled than yourselves to bumble into the wrong warehouse, alley, spark a war.
At which point, Lessa will kind of do a rolling motion with her arms. She says, "Well, Captain, I'm sure someone as intelligent as you would know of a proper solution to something such as this. Since we are already involved, I'm sure that you would not go remiss to hire us to assist you in these matters, as we have already proved our worth."
Roll. Oh, what would this be? One moment as I look over
Just the
skills
skills.
of fifth edition. Yes, this would be. This would be persuasion, but you're going to be at disadvantage.
Understandable. $14.
She very quickly holds up a hand to stop you. Save your breath. I've heard far better compliments from far worse liars.
Well, I'm not a liar per se. I
All
could
the
be if you
same.
want me to.
All the same, I'm not at liberty to disclose more than I have to you. I'd appreciate if you could all stay in Waterdeep for the time being. We may call upon you again. For now, you are all free to leave. And please leave those pointing over at Cheese and the armful of contraband here.
Oh, but they're so pretty.
I do believe it would be in our best interest to comply with the captain's request.
Oh, fine. And then she drops them all, but she keeps the note.
Do not worry.
Both of them?
I have
Oh no,
the other
Lessla
note.
has
Yeah,
one. That's
both
correct.
of them.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because I checked the leader of the other group.
Yep. Lessla will look at Cheese and says, "Do not worry. Cheese, I shall brush your hair later as reward for your compliance."
She's just looks very happy.
Sapphire is giving a what the fuck kind of look over to that.
Do you not like having your hair brushed? It's a very therapeutic experience.
I can brush my own hair, but
Oh,
just
but
getting
it's so
hair brushed
fun.
as a reward is something else.
I don't think so.
At which point,
To
Lessla
each their
will
own.
look this up and says, "She is quite clumsy with the tools of sophisticated folk.
I could braid your hair, Sapphire, if you'd like me to. I'm kind of good at that.
I mean, maybe if we have the time.
All right.
I would very much hate to interrupt your fascinating conversation, but I would also very much appreciate for you all to leave my crime scene.
Right.
Oh, it is very fascinating, but we can leave.
As you wish, Captain. I do hope to see you again, as I have a feeling that this is not the end of things.
I do very much wish that you wouldn't say that. All of you, on your way. I'll make arrangements to send compensation for the contraband to the guild on your behalf.
Alright. And, to the library, like we were supposed to do.
Yeah. Goodbye,
Before we-
Captain.
Sapphire
leave,
very much wants to run to the
I guess the
marketplace.
games really just
I would-
don't want intellectual change in the city.
While we're walking around, Shadow, I'd like to
Mhm.
look for the cat.
The cat, the fucking
Roll me a
cat.
perception check.
And while
Okay,
that happens, I will say the further we get from the marketplace, the more concerned Sapphire seems.
well,
You see several cats. None of them are the one you are looking for.
all right. I'll keep that.
You know, I can't wait for that cat to turn out to be a baby saber-toothed cat.
Or a baby displacer beast.
Miss Eldercrow,
Baby displaced.
is something wrong?
I have a brother in the marketplace. I'm understandably concerned. Especially with what happened and the fact that I went home last night.
Inik's gonna turn to Lessla and say, "Well, I don't suppose you would need me and Elder Crown to go
Just
to the library.
Sapphire.
I don't suppose you need me and Miss Sapphire to go to the library."
The executors got a sigh of someone who's not used to noble people giving people
It's
terms
the
of
exasperated
respect.
sigh of saying just Sapphire and still being called Miss.
I do know that your adeptness in the libraries is not nearly as high as your adeptness with the blade, so I would not fault you for wanting to go protect those that are in need of it.
That is my job.
I'm sure that Miss Cheese and I will be quite alright but on our own. And I'm sure that you can make your way to the library after you've ensured Miss Eldercrown's sibling safety.
I'm still with you guys. You know that, right?
Yes, but
Yeah,
you're
Cheese
the
was about
dirty
to
hobo
ask.
that doesn't talk.
Making sure.
I'm half convinced you're mute.
I've spoke.
He's spoken in his funny
Yeah,
little
That's
southern
why I said.
accent
That's why I
before.
said half.
Yes, the reason is 50% is because he's also half convinced it's the guard Drake talking.
True. No, that is
Or-
true.
Ambush Drake, whatever.
Ambush Drake Bozo.
A Drake. It is a Drake. It's a Drake.
Anyway,
Corvus, did you want to help them in the library or come with us to the market?
I want to help him in the library.
Okay. And Selma starts dashing to the marketplace.
Yo, Selma.
Give your
in this
brother my
game?
No,
best.
Selma, no Sapphire. Sorry.
Uh,
For context, Selma's the character I played yesterday.
Off we go.
Wait, this is a new day for you?
As they're running off, Cheese is just gonna wave and say, "Give your brother my best."
You're just gonna like half-hearted wave as I'm dashing off.
She's going to get herself in trouble, isn't she?
Most likely. Inik's there though. He's the impulse control. It'll be okay.
Inik's the most impulsive that I've seen thus far.
Perhaps. Perhaps I don't even know what it means. That's more likely.
We have
On
many
to the library.
We have many dictionaries to go through once we get there.
Out of character
Oh,
shadow,
I
I'm
don't
sorry
like
for separating the party.
dictionaries.
It's okay. It's okay.
To the library.
So, the first group, you all make your way over to the library at the local Mages Academy. Entering through the doors of the dark stone structure, you are greeted immediately by a sight you probably weren't expecting to see behind the desk.
Is that
As this,
a man with a beholder head?
as the, in spite of the artwork, which is supposed to depict it hovering over a chest,
Okay. It looks
The,
like a man on a beholder head.
yes,
You like
you
my
have no
Halloween
idea how many times the AI actually did give me that.
Oh god.
Those actually look
Anyway.
like shoulders. That's actually kind of impressive that you cropped it like that.
It moves back and forth, looking at a book before looking up at all of you. Welcome, new guests. I am Cardamon, the librarian here.
I was going to make a joke about this being no Candlekeep, but now I feel like I'll be petrified if I do.
What's this, man?
Lessla makes a courteous bow and says, "It is a pleasure to enter such a marvelous library."
It really is quite nice, especially for this city. May I ask what your business is here?
At which point Lessla says this, "I am here to find to research a specific type of script that seems magical in nature. I have recently learned, has the ability to prevent itself from being copied."
I see. May I have a look?
And Lessla will produce the book and slide it and open it, turn it around for him.
He begins to look it over, scanning it a few times over, and even reaching down one of his tendrils and flipping a page. Interesting. I have not seen Rathlek in a long time.
But you have seen it.
I have, though I am not familiar with how to read the language.
At the very least, can you tell me what this script is?
Yes, Ruathlek is a language, a secret language of illusionists. Allegedly created by the goddess Lyra herself. There are not many who speak it.
And I imagine even less that write it.
Very, very few, yes.
Interesting. I don't suppose that you have any references to this language.
There may be some in the library, but I am not familiar with their location.
Well, then it seems like I am up for a good old-fashioned dwarven treasure hunt.
If you so wish. None of our books here are available to leave the library's walls, but otherwise you are free to research whatever you please.
Yes. In addition, would you happen to have any note on types of item enchantments, specifically illusionary ones that change the perception of certain objects, such as knives and swords?
I believe there are some within the halls, yes. Though whether or not those would be in the public access section, I cannot say.
And how would one gain access to the private collection?
Only selected members of the Mages School are allowed access.
Hmm.
If you make it through the approval process and are granted access, then you may enter. Otherwise, access is strictly forbidden.
You know what this reminds me of, Shadow?
Hmm?
Have you ever played the Mages Guild quest line
Yes.
in Oblivion?
Yes.
That is
Not in
what
Oblivion and Skyrim.
Skyrim doesn't have the Mages Guild.
Yeah, it's the College of Winterhold. Regardless.
Yeah, this reminds me of the Argonian.
Hmm.
Anyway, yes, and it says, is there any fee for accessing the public knowledge?
There is none, although the pet points an eye stalk back at the ambush drake will be required to wait outside.
I was half convinced he was going to point at cheese.
Yeah.
Non-familiars are not permitted inside the halls.
Oh, he's very well behaved. He's only eaten one person.
Which he has not cleaned his mouth. It's still there. It was
Mhm.
just blood.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, he is dripping on my floorboards.
And Lessla will look over
Oh.
Corvus and says, I hope that you do not mind having to have your ambush drake, as I can't remember if we've ever been told a name for it.
There is no name.
Corvus just calls him boy.
Boy.
A friend.
Your ambush drake to wait outside so that he does not risk contaminating the precious knowledge of this institution.
I will call Drake over. A whistle.
He walks over.
Then bend down, and I'm just gonna like lean close to him, and whisper in his ear. All right, waiting outside, boy.
He makes a grunting noise and rubs his head up against your outstretched hand, and then
Yeah, no.
gets ready to head outside. As soon as you will open the door for him,
He opened the door himself. He's a smart boy.
he hops up and nearly knocks the door down, getting out.
Yeah.
Goodbye, little friend. We'll be back in a bit.
I actually looked it up because I was curious. They're fully grown. They can weigh like 200 pounds.
Oh
Yeah.
lord.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Imagine
no,
being toppled over by one demanding pets.
any dragon is like built like a ton of bricks. Like,
Yeah.
isn't Inik like almost 400 pounds?
Oh god.
Sounds about right.
Shit
The,
house. Good lord.
Spectator, once the drake is gone, relaxes its gaze a little bit. I hope you all enjoy the public section of our library,
Mm-hmm.
and opens the doors for you.
Ooh. So
Fun.
This is a good library, Shadow.
so many
This is lovely.
assassins
These are the students.
their beady red eyes.
Look, Shadow, when I see a lot of people in hoods, all I can think of is assassins.
It's not the hood, it's the fact we can't see their face. That's what's doing it for me.
The fact that all you can see is the eyes.
Yeah,
We
you can
don't
kind of see
know.
the eyes.
What we don't know is this is the school of necromancy.
Mm.
Advertised to us.
All right, well, time
They
to
look like they're about to announce the first galactic empire.
time to start looking for the books I'm looking for.
Cheese, as we're passing the librarian, she's going to ask, "Do you have a children's section?"
No.
Oh, all right. Then she'll go over and help Lessla.
Despite not being able to read.
She can read.
I thought you
There's a
told me
lot of
that she couldn't
difficulty.
read.
No, she just has poor language comprehension.
Yeah. Oh, Lady Silverster.
Yes, Miss Cheese.
While I was picking things off of the bodies, I found this, and she's going to give you the note that was left.
I can't remember what was on it.
No one could
A
read it.
language we don't understand.
Oh yeah, both of them were in that. Okay, well, I guess it's time to pull out the Rosetta Stone dictionaries.
All right. You all begin looking through the various books of the library. It is not the most efficiently sorted. There
Shadow,
are.
I'd like to stop you there. Since when has a library ever been sorted in a manner that would be considered efficient?
That is a very fair point.
This is
Like
a magic place. They magically did it.
Like, granted, this is probably no Candlekeep, but I don't expect it to be like overly organized.
No, it is a fairly impressive library, all things considered. The shelves
What's the-
themselves are more than 20 feet tall, packed absolutely to the gills with books.
Oh, that means I
What's
have
the
to get on
Faerunian
ladder.
version of the Dewey Decimal System?
They don't use that.
Damn.
God, you know how many years it's been since I've had to think about that? Like, I haven't thought about that since, like, elementary school.
I haven't either. I just look at the signs in the library.
I just I just find books alphabetically.
He said that there would probably be no books on the Ruthalek language in here.
So there might be.
There might be, but there's no guarantee.
Also, how do you spell that? The
Yeah.
Ruthalek? I so far have R-U-A-T.
Ruthlek.
Oh, so close. I had IC.
One letter off. I was
I
EK.
had-
I was EC.
Right. The script of this language specifically, is it seem like it's a unique script, or does it seem like it borrows from another language?
So it uses the same characters as the vast majority of human languages do.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Gotcha.
It's a derivative of common, then.
Gotcha. Root of common. Gotcha. That's an important question to ask. Well, since I've seen this language and I know a bit about it, I take it from the explanation that was given. I can piece together that the bit of divine nature to it is probably because it is a language that had to be created by a god.
That is definitely a feasible hypothesis, yes.
It's a theory, yes.
Okay.
Well,
Jesus
Corvus
just gonna... Sorry, go ahead.
would like to have an intelligence above 13, but he doesn't. So he's gonna look for celestial-based language, or like god languages, divine-based languages, and try to just like figure shit out from that, because that's what a 13 will probably get him.
Lessla is specifically looking for different magic scripts that are based off of common, to see if there's specifically illusionary arcane scripts, to see if there's any way of decrypting it.
Okay.
She's just following behind Lessla, but picking up any books that seem to have pretty pictures.
Okay. So, both Lessla and Corvus,
Isn't.
I want you each to roll me a. This will be just a straight intelligence check.
Right. I'm amazing at that, as previously stated.
Good luck.
Ah!
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So, Corvus, as
Yeah.
you begin to sort through the various books,
Yep.
it becomes clear that, well, the first thing that becomes clear is that there's no specific section for what you're looking for.
It's alright. I get my muddy, grubby, blood-covered hands and everything. It's fine.
There is a section for divine magic, although it is
Okay.
very small. It is back here towards the very, very back.
I realized how large the map was. Okay, 1 second. Oh, jeez.
All right. Lessla, you are looking for essentially a decoding book.
Yeah.
A Reathlic to common, or some other language book.
Basically, I'm looking for arcane scripts, specifically for illusionary magic, to see if there's a way to undo the illusion physically,
Okay.
so that it is readable. Because I imagine that it is actually a quite readable language. It's just that the illusion of the script is keeping it from being able to be read.
That is a possibility. Okay.
So basically, I'm looking a way to brute force the cipher.
Okay. So you start looking through like the looks of the books on like different methods of decoding or decrypting scripts.
Mhm.
And, there's a few of them, not a whole lot. That's a somewhat niche subject. The section would be over here.
I imagine that if it's a bookshelf that doesn't have people buy it, there's Lessla is just on a ladder sliding herself along.
Yeah, that
She's
sounds
just
about
pushing
right.
the ladder.
Yeah, for the most part, the people around here leave you all be. Uh, Lessla, as you begin to look through it, you don't see any books that are like a decryptor for this or for any specific type of illusion. You do manage to find one that is about a very specific type of arcane cipher that you think could be accurate. It's a very small book. It's more of a booklet than anything. but you have a feeling that that could work.
Well, time to put my theory to the test. I take that book and anything related to it nearby, and I go to a table.
Okay.
Lady Silverster,
Yes.
can I keep looking at the pretty books with pretty pictures?
Yes, you may. Do not eat the paper.
I don't like eating paper. Doesn't taste very good. It smells wonderful though. And then she's just gonna keep looking at books with pretty pictures.
Okay, Cheese, you continue to stare at the books with pretty pictures.
Probably
This
ones
one
with
in
bugs in them.
Yeah, this one in particular is on various types of mystical insect.
She's just
The
looking at the
insects are
pictures.
quite
She's not
pretty.
even reading it.
Yeah, the insects are quite pretty.
I can't wait for that to be a MacGuffin later in the series.
Yeah. We get swarmed by a bunch of jewel bugs. Good fit. Cheese for a book on that. Only weakness is sunlight.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Geez, you read that book, right? But I smelled it.
Exactly.
All right.
Reads.
She's just for little flavor things. She's gonna be using Druidcraft to make the little sounds of bugs, or like what sounds she thinks the bugs would make around her. Whenever she's
Okay.
looking at the pictures.
All right. So while you're doing that, Corvus, you're up here looking through this shelf of the more divine magic section.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking for more specifically? Aside
Well,
from divine languages, because it
well, you
becomes
see-
very clear they don't really have that.
Well, you see, Corvus is a very direct approach of the best approach. Unless stealth will assist you better. So, I suppose once he realizes, like, there's no book on. Turn back to my normal voice. No book on. Like, he's kind of like going like. Is there a book on draconic gods?
On what gods? Draconic?
Draconic gods. Yeah.
Not in this section of the library, no.
Okay. And I will. Because we're dealing with criminals, I guess maybe look for a book on Mask. Like, pick that up if there's any book on him. Oh, them.
On masks?
Mask. No, on Mask. God.
Mask. Elaborate for me.
Mask, the god of Thebes.
Oh, I see. There is one on him, yes.
I'll look through that. Any mention of, like. They wouldn't have any on
You
the
cannot
segment,
read
so-
Thieves' Cant, so you have no idea.
Stare at pages.
You know someone who probably can though, but she ain't
Also
there.
another book to make sure he can still read.
Mhm.
Because he probably
You
can.
you pull out a book. You know what? I'm gonna roll something here. Let's see what you get.
Corvus just becomes temporarily dyslexic.
You pull out a book on the god Torm. It reads normally.
Alright. Just realizing that I can still read. That's good. Well, that book on Mask back, but the book on Torm back. I guess He'll just start looking for. He'll just try to continue a search somewhere else. Maybe he's looking in the wrong section.
I had you
for-
looking in the wrong section.
You want to know what the best part is? Is that he probably can read what's in that book. It's just that it's like, oh, this is a book on the thief god. Why is this a recipe for cooking goat milk?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's Full Metal Alchemist all over again. The ingredient is people.
Yeah, I imagine it's just like him either fruitlessly searching, or maybe keeping his eye. I guess because while he's here, he might as well look for it. A book relating to dragons, but mainly looking for that book. He's like, maybe it's the wrong place. This is the divine section, not the language section. I don't know where the language section is. All these people staring at.
They are
Because-
mostly ignoring you, actually, or trying very
Oh.
hard to.
Oh, okay, the trying very hard to sounds more appropriate. Why is a man who smells like he's just been in a fight walking in here still got bloodstains on his clothing? Looking around. I'm just looking around now.
Okay, just for nothing in particular.
Yeah, I guess not.
Okay. Lessla, you begin going through this book. Again, it's a little booklet. It is more a step-by-step process as to how to make this very simple enchantment. It takes a bit to do. It's a fairly involved process, requiring you to make a specific type of ink to write in. Makes very heavy use of some rather rare materials as well. Powdered jade, one thing among them. Which, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Would this have anything to do with dragons?
It would not.
All you watching the stream, this campaign has something to do with dragons. Just so you know.
It's
So,
a 20 on
I know the
Arcana.
title can be a bit misleading.
With the
Yeah,
20,
yeah.
Yeah.
I
With
do
the
in
20.
fact be dragons.
You would know that jade used for illusion. It's not a powdered jade in illusions isn't common in Faerun. However, to the east in Karatur, it's a much more common ingredient in illusion magic.
Got it. So this is a weave illusion, is what I'm hearing.
Oh god.
That would not be an inaccurate statement.
Oh God, I know what this is, Shadow. No.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't. Anyway,
I know
also
you
don't.
don't because I'm leaving it vague on purpose, but there's a certain illusion in a certain anime.
Oh god.
Still don't know what you're talking about. But anyway,
I'm also drawing a blank.
as you're going through that, we're gonna real quickly go ahead and cut over to Inik and Sapphire.
Woohoo! I see you
As
got
The
a
joys
different
of
map.
splitting the party.
Yeah, as the two of you make your way towards the Grand Market.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any conversation that goes along on the way there, or not so much?
That's a great question. Would Inik start any conversation? Sapphire's a bit too concerned about her brother to really talk.
Other than basic like instructions on where to go, not really.
Also, before we get there, I would like to use minor illusion on one of my daggers to make it look like the dagger we found before the illusion was dispelled on it. Just to be safe.
Okay. Okay. That yeah, I think that falls within the bounds of that spell.
I mean, the second you use it for something, I'm pretty sure it goes away. But
you all make your way, or the two of you make your way down to the very familiar shop to you, Sapphire. To you,
Mhm.
Inik, nothing very much familiar. You can see out in front of it, 3 guards and a very exasperated Jasper.
just,
Last
just a
time,
sigh of relief.
there's nothing going on here. Please leave me alone. You are scaring away all my customers.
Can I get a description of her brother?
He is a half-elf that has the same sort of heterochromatic eyes as Sapphire does.
Except one's green instead of blue.
Yes.
Oh, for the people watching, Sapphire has heterochromia. One eye is brown, the other eye is blue.
Yes.
Doesn't really show well in the pictures when it's not zoomed in.
Yeah,
Neum.
he also has a silver locket around his neck.
Which matches the one around Sapphire's.
Yeah, he seems to be, well, he is exactly the same age. It's pretty clear that they are twins. The resemblance is very strong indeed.
The force is strong in this one.
Oh god.
He looks up as you come closer, and as he sees you, Sapphire, he gets that very familiar look that you're used to seeing. What did you do?
I technically didn't do anything.
I don't believe you.
What I did was come home last night and may or may not have possibly had people watching me. Most notably, the 2 big gangs in the town.
He reaches up and pinches the bridge of his nose. You got involved in a gang war?
I mean, not by choice.
I'm not going to ask.
It's probably for the best. But I got worried, and yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Wait.
I'm going to have to close down for the day anyway. I suppose I'll just spend the night in the shop.
Sorry. I'll be back once we're done with everything, okay?
And sister,
Yeah.
be safe.
I will promise to try.
His eyebrow twitches a couple times. But he lets it go and walks back in the shop. Right before he closes the door, he sticks his tongue out at one of the guards who isn't looking.
You
Sapphire's gonna talk to him about that later, but
Inik, while this is going on, I want you to roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. I'm not great at that. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's a 12.
You don't notice much of anything. There's a little bit of a crowd of people down one of the alleys, but that's nothing you haven't seen before in not just Waterdeep, but plenty of other places as well.
the way you said that has me very much concerned.
There's also a man who is desperately trying to sell fish that, from what you can tell, have very clearly soured. Otherwise, there's not much going on in the marketplace today.
Sapphire
What?
still just breathed a sigh of relief.
Poor people. Oh my god.
This is actually a fairly nice marketplace, all things considered. There are several very nice and wealthy stalls. Just, there's not much hustle and bustle today.
Kind of sus.
Also, the shop is, I believe, a jeweler's shop of sorts, right?
Yes.
Inik's going to turn to Sapphire and say, "Does not seem like there is any trouble here, but if you would like to stay anyway, I would not object. I do not trust whatever is going on here."
Sapphire's gonna take a moment to look around now that her worries have been eased and she can relax. Maybe.
Okay. Sapphire, go ahead and roll
Mhm.
me a perception check. So, down one of the alleys, where there you can see a crowd of people, you also see periodically a cloaked hand reach out and beckon people in occasionally, seemingly at random from this little group that's kind of gathered around. Only for the person waved in to be almost shoved out of the alley a few moments later, looking very confused and holding something.
Can I see what they're holding, or
No, it fits perfectly in their hand. There's nothing you can really see.
And then Sapphire says, "Well,
Okay,
not my problem."
no. She's kind of curious. Hey, Inik,
Yes.
you don't by chance see what's going on over there? And she gestures right as someone gets shoved out of the alley, very confused.
Do I see it now?
Now that it's pointed out to you, you do see the very confused person get shoved out of the alley by a pair of spindly old robed hands, as another one is beckoned in very quickly.
I want to walk on over.
I mean, I'm going over too because I'm very curious.
All right. The two of you walk over to this nondescript looking alley, just as this fellow is pushed back out past you, bumping into Inik, and quickly hurrying away. The rest of the group does kind of part around you. Inside, you see a hunched over figure in a tattered blue cloak that doesn't permit you to see much of their face. But it darts over to you and cocks aside. Yes, you two. You two. Come. I have something for you.
Just what do you
Inik's just
have?
gonna. Inik's just gonna
I'm not
rest
moving
his-
forward. I'm just saying, what do you have?
What are you buying?
And what is Inik doing?
Inik's gonna rest his hand on his sword and just kind of step slightly forward.
Ah, yes. I have wonderful gifts for you. Gifts to let you see beyond what mortals can see. Yes. Lovely gifts. Gifts even the gods cannot give. Oh, no. Only the druids and nature.
Yeah, I want to roll insight on this man, if I
Okay.
may.
Okay.
He's batshit insane.
He is high out of his mind.
Is it a kobold? Please tell me it's a kobold.
It is not a kobold. You're
We
not
can't
sure
even
what he
tell.
is.
But
I'm
for the
gonna.
most part, he
I'm
seems
gonna step. I'm gonna step
harmless.
forward. I'm
Mhm.
gonna grab him by the shoulder, and I'm gonna hoist him up and like hold his arm behind his back, and try to cart him off
Ah!
to the guards.
Try to what?
Cart him off to the guards.
You try to you pick him up. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Okay.
But besides what Inik's doing, is this guy relatively harmless other than, hey, have some drugs?
Yes, he seems
I mean,
relatively
dick pic.
harmless. Inik, he slips out of your grasp and
With a 22.
looks. Yes.
Damn.
Oh,
You are a
Love
feisty
that.
one. A very strong one, too.
He actually cast the spell Grease on himself.
He
this
really
occasion.
just super sweaty.
He certainly feels like he did.
Here, a gift for you.
come with me.
He throws a little pouch and it hits you right in the face between the eyes and sits there.
Oh, just sitting on the snoot.
You can either come with me, where I will turn you into the guards for whatever it is that you're doing, or
Doing? Not doing anything. I'm simply giving people gifts. Nothing wrong with giving people gifts. Not even making money.
Inik's gonna take the little pouch on his face, throw it over to Sapphire, and say, "Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Whatever's in that pouch."
I
Not
will-
illegal.
I will check what's in the pouch and either confirm or deny if it's legality.
It's a little brown powder. You're not familiar with it, Sapphire. You've seen drugs before. You know what those look like. This is
Seen
not
drugs
one you're
before.
familiar with. It smells very earthy.
Is this just a bag of dirt?
No, it's not dirt. It's plant matter of some kind.
It's feces.
But
Oh, wise druid, might I ask what you have given us? What is this particularly?
A blessing of nature, my child.
he throws another pouch and lands between Inik's eyes. Again, perfectly in the exact same spot. Now, I must be going. Enjoy your gifts. He
I'm-
turns on his heel, lifts up his robe, much like a housemaid with a skirt, and scurries off down the road.
Then I attack of opportunity on him.
No.
This
He
poor
has
man.
moved away just enough for that to not be possible.
Mm,
This man disengaged for his action.
He did disengage. Gotta get that sentinel feat.
He scurries
Yeah.
off down the road and disappears behind a barrel.
Don't fuck with him. He's probably a god.
The barrel then gets up and begins scurrying down the road.
You just talked to Sylvanas trying to give people drugs.
No, that's the thief god.
Oh my
Nice.
That fits.
You are both left with a bag of a strange brown plant substance.
Okay then. Not nearly as worrying as I was anticipating. Okay.
I'm just gonna chase after him.
I'm gonna.
Oh, God.
You know what? Inik's gonna get lost. So be
He
it.
is, in fact, faster than you, even with the barrel.
He's rolling with the barrel, so he's basically an automobile.
After a few moments of you chasing him down various alleys, you come across a little river-like storm drain. The barrel has been flipped in there, and he is looking out of it like a scene from The Hobbit.
Oh, I
and
was
he waves
about
at
to-
you before
I love
ducking
him.
back into the barrel.
I
Barrel
love that
rider.
guy.
And you
Oh,
watch him slowly float away.
I shock and grasp the water.
Ah! Why are
You-
you
you
trying
shock-
to kill
you
this
shock-
man?
You
I
shock
have
and
told
grasp.
you. I've told you all multiple times. Inik worships the god of, like, the most lawful stupid version of lawful. This dude is
Oh,
obviously
I'm
doing
aware.
something shady.
I'm aware. You shock
Meanwhile,
and
I
grasp the
couldn't even
water.
confirm
Several
the
dead
lie.
frogs float to the surface.
Not the
Oh,
frogs.
He is, in fact, in a wooden barrel.
It's
I figured I'd
insulating.
try.
One of the frogs twitches.
Oh. I'll bring it back. Cheese will eat him.
Jesus
Inik's
Christ.
just actually gonna go back to
Probably eat
his
him.
inn.
Probably eat him. I haven't eaten
I have no
eaten
reason
dinner
to
or
go to
breakfast.
the library.
This was his plan all along, how to get away from Sapphire.
No, you're going
just-
to where, Inik?
I'm going to the inn. I have no reason
Okay.
to go back to the library, and evidently whatever happened there is probably fine.
Yeah, you have a bag of a strange brown plant-like substance.
No, I'm just gonna throw that in the sewer. I'm not keeping.
I figured you threw it back at Sapphire again, just like, here you go.
Okay.
I don't know why I'd give you another one. I don't
Yes.
need you to identify it for a second time.
Fair.
Okay. Sapphire, you have a bag of a strange brown plant-like substance that you're not entirely sure whether it's safe or not.
Plant like substance, and that is now sitting in my inventory. But yeah, I'm gonna do one more look over in the marketplace real quick, just to make sure everything's fine before going back to the library.
Yeah, everything's fine. A fishmonger shoves a fish in your face.
It's-
Buy the fish! Smells fresh, caught just yesterday.
I don't want your fish, and shoves it back in his face.
You'll be sorry. Best
Oh.
fish in all of Waterdeep.
Oh, he doesn't jump 10 feet
Buy
away
the
from me?
fish!
He
He
doesn't
turns
jump.
around and starts walking through the crowd.
Just cleans off her face as best she can. I am kind of sad he didn't jump 10 feet away from me when I did that.
He seems
Oh.
more focused on selling his fish.
That's fair.
And Sapphire, do you begin making your way back to the library, or do you follow Inik to the inn?
Library. Also, why would I go to the inn? I'm staying with my brother. I would be staying with my brother for the night.
Just asking.
Yes,
So-
the aristocratic inn.
Back at the library,
Mhm.
Lessla, you are still reading through this book. You've gotten through about the 15th or 16th step in making this ink. This is not an easy process, much to the seemingly counterintuitive nature of the how small this book is.
Does it feel like the book is just pages and pages long?
No, it's not very long. It's just very compact and small writing.
Oh god, that's like the worst.
It is very neat, though. You can tell this is handwritten.
But writing I go.
You continue to read through it. Corvus, you're still going around seemingly wherever and looking for nothing in particular.
I imagine. I say this. Corvus is a spiritual person. He recently got called a monk. He's trying to learn what a monk is.
Oh, you find several books on that subject.
Okay.
How to be a monk
What is monk?
for dummies.
Celibacy 101.
No.
So you have 3 choices as to books that have monk, and they're actually in that section you're in right now.
Oh, perfect. It was planned.
So you have 3 sections. You have monastic traditions of Faerun.
Uh-huh.
You have holy orders of sorry. You have holy orders of the realm. And the last one, martial arts for dummies.
Yes! How to be monk for dummies!
You
Uh,
know, You don't need
Monastic
intelligence.
traditions catches my interest.
Okay. You pick up that one.
Yeah.
It is very neatly divided into sections based on where exactly they are located. They are separated by the effective ruling government. So there's ones for Thay, and there are some for Neverwinter. The area surrounding Baldur's Gate, the Sword Coast.
Anything
Even
familiar?
monastic
Would-
cults of Candlekeep.
Any one that resonates with me in a particular way?
Not from just skimming the table of contents, no.
Would I know? Because you said split into ruling classes. Is there one for a place? I wouldn't know that, would I? 'Cause I'm not very smart. Sure. I will do like a flick to each page and try to get an idea of each one before, but like not like the most in-depth review, like just like I can figure out from these whether what I'm looking for is there.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
just sort
start
of
flipping through it.
I sit where I am in the way.
It is just generic information on various monastic orders. None of them are religious in any real way. Some of them are definitely more stringent than others. But it ranges from everything from what sounds like it was honestly just a group of mercenaries who decided they wanted to stop moving around to a very ancient temple that came from immigrants from Karatur, 10,000 years ago. But there's none of them that really seem to ring true with what you know.
Yeah.
At least as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
It'll take you several hours to skim through the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I don't know how long I have, and no one's bothering me, so.
Okay.
But I'm probably getting hungry because I haven't eaten all day, so there's probably a little bit of a growl coming around. I'll have to go
Okay.
put up after this.
Cheese is still reading books on various insects.
Yeah.
Did I find any cool bug facts?
You found out about horde scarabs.
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna write that down.
Are
Horde
those the
scarabs are a variety of scarab that look like golden coins. They commonly live in dragon hordes. They are now an endangered species.
I
Oh.
want to keep one in a jar.
She just randomly says that out loud, and this person walks away. Slowly and then very, very quick as they move up and dart around the corner and
Yes.
vanish out of sight.
As Cheese hears them walking past, she's just gonna look over and unblinkingly stare at them with her very unnerving smile.
After about 5 seconds.
Don't forget the goat eyes.
Yep, the
Yeah.
goat eyes. After about 5 seconds after hearing that, Lessla is going to say is, you can't put people in jars. That is
Oh,
illegal.
this one's not a person. This time.
This time. And she actually like looks up from her book to look over. Her glasses are actually like lower down on her face, like hanging off of her nose.
Well, I haven't kept anybody in a jar yet. I don't think. Maybe someday.
Lesla's going to push her glasses back up as she slowly turns to read her book again and says, "As long as it is not me."
All right. I'll try not to. Cheese is just gonna go back to looking at her cool bug facts.
Mm-hmm.
Lessla,
There's
at this
probably
point. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. There's probably a few more just like absolutely unhinged comments that she says randomly about bugs. Like if one is carnivorous, she's like, "Oh no, I don't want to eat that one," and then she'll just like keep turning pages. Just some really weird out of pocket shit.
A few more of the random students decide to vacate the general vicinity of Cheese.
Perfect.
Lessla, at this point, you've stumbled across the essentially decipher for this. In order, you must look through with a red tinted glass, a blue tinted glass, a green tinted glass, and a violet tinted glass
So
simultaneously.
we need 3D glasses and a weird pair of 3D glasses. Got it.
Okay, I already have the green tinted glass. I just need the other 3 colors.
It doesn't seem like they require anything special. Just that those 4 colors specifically will allow you to see through the enchantment. Which isn't quite like any enchantment you've ever studied.
Are these like glowing balls of light? Or are these like
They
actual lanterns?
They are glowing balls of light. They are suspended in a cage, though.
Who is this?
Hold up.
homie?
I have to look now. I have to look at each one of these lights to see if they have the proper order. I need red,
So we're looking
blue,
for red,
and
blue, green, and purple in that order.
yes.
Well, there are no purple ones.
God damn it. So close. I could have finagled a way of doing it. And it would have been so funny.
Just
Oh,
go ahead.
hold up. Hold up.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
oh my god, put some liquor in it.
Spells. Prestidigitation.
Okay.
I
I'm
also have
looking.
prestidigitation if you need it.
What are you going to use prestidigitation on?
I'm trying to see if I can change the color of light, but I think that's a control. Is that control flames? Yes,
No,
control
that
flames.
would,
Yeah.
There's not a cantrip that does it to just rays of light. Control flames can change the color of a flame, I believe.
Yes.
Same with thaumaturgy, I think.
Thaumaturgy is the one that I would need. Because I could change the
Neither of
flames.
them are really going to quite do what you want.
Yeah. I could also do dancing lights, or what the one that's the 5 light orbs that can be different colors.
Okay.
If I had that one, I could do it, but I don't. Well, we can always go visit the church.
I'm sure that will be beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, mysterious stranger who's standing behind us.
Are you talking to me?
You are the mysterious stranger standing behind us.
I wasn't aware I was being mysterious.
Lessla will turn to see who this is and says, Please forgive my compatriot. She is an eccentric soul. You are a student at this Mages Academy, I take it?
Of sorts, yes.
I don't suppose you would happen to know where I could find tinted glass of various colors. I would be very appreciative if you did.
You won't be able to find any in the school. However, you may be able to find some out in the city.
Where's your guide when you need her?
Speaking of which, at that moment,
I've already put my
Sapphire.
book in there.
Quick question. Does this... Don't drink my water, cat, that's mine. Does this mysterious stranger seem to be perturbed by my presence at all?
no.
Interesting.
I like you, mysterious stranger.
Oh no, you better run. Once she starts liking someone, you can't get rid of her.
Well, that's rude,
Very funny.
I think.
You're not going to get rid of me that easy. I have to look through this particular section.
What exactly are you researching?
A simple thesis of my own. None of your concern.
I would like to... What type of books is he holding, if he's holding any?
As far as you can tell, they are not holding any books.
Okay. Then what are the books in the section that he was looking at?
In that section, it is specifically abjuration magic.
Abjuration magic? Possibly. Yes. I will hazard a guess as abjuration magic's effects vary across a wide range of topics. The most consistent ones, though, are the healing type of magics, as those are the ones that are far most useful. Is it possible that you are writing a thesis on the possible after effects of magical healing on the body?
You're not even close.
Well, I had to try.
Anyways, my little friend back with me now that I ran all the way to the marketplace.
Yes.
I essentially sent him. Would he be allowed to enter? Considering
he's hidden in your hair most of the time, I think.
I mean, yes,
He
but
is
I don't know.
There, you are not stopped.
Okay, cool.
Cat, this is my water. You cannot drink it. You have your own.
Well, it doesn't want his, it wants yours.
Drink the water in front of it. We're making eye contact.
I did.
Assert
What I do.
dominance.
I take it from the side I entered. Cheese is not readily visible because I imagine these are bookshelves that are 20 feet tall.
Yep.
Yes.
Just looking around. She's just walking around, and then I guess, boom, cheese.
I also out of character. I forgot that abjuration also has to do with wards and things.
Oh, hello,
Also,
Sapphire.
healing is evocation.
Is healing evocation? I thought it was abjuration.
It is indeed evocation.
It's getting updated. It's getting updated to abjuration in the new one.
Oh, that's what it is.
Used to be necromancy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I remember it as.
Yeah.
Oh, good old
Hello,
necromancy.
Sapphire.
Hello, Cheese. You guys finding things all right?
I
Yes.
found a fun bug fact.
Riveting.
Miss Eldercrown, would you happen to know where we can get a violet lens, a red lens, and a blue lens?
Would I?
You wouldn't know where to find lenses, per se,
But
but you would know where you could get some colored glass rather easily.
I'm going to assume my shop. Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Not
Hmm.
lenses, but glass.
Well,
But that should work, right?
yes, it's a necessary component for deciphering this infernal language.
Any luck on researching the other thing we were supposed to research?
Well, I have a feeling that they are related.
Cool. Anyway, Cheese.
Hmm?
Out of character, it was a brown plant that smells earthy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know of any brown plants that smell earthy
Hmm.
that druids would possibly consider a gift?
Oh goodness.
Well, if you
Do I
ask-
know of
Think of
anything?
many. You can think of many.
Lots
yeah,
of tons.
There
Lessla-
are quite a few.
yes. Just about any plant that can be given that doesn't kill you would be considered a gift in my experience with Miss Cheese here.
Fair.
Sapphire just kind of nods.
But with most druids, I don't think so. I don't think I'm like most druids.
I'll show you what I was gifted later. I don't
Quit
think
it.
it's
Sorry.
Huh?
I said quit it. I can't.
I thought Cheese said that. I'm like, what?
No, that was me whisper yelling to my cat.
Show me now.
Shush.
Turns into animal. Rawr.
Wild shapes into a cat.
Yeah. Give me the stuff.
I'll show you later. I'm not sure
So
a
this is
library is
true.
the best place to show you.
Cat.
Why not?
Good catnip. Ugh.
Library's good as anywhere. It's got books if I don't know what it is.
I'm hazarding a glance to the one guy is his nose in some book now, or is he just watching?
They are just observing you, actually.
I'll show you later, promise. You'll probably know it.
Hmm.
I don't like waiting.
Well,
Um,
good things come to those who wait.
Where's Cloud?
Sitting on your shoulders at the moment.
Ate him.
Okay. I'm-
Did a sneak.
I'm okay. I'm glad because I've been reading a book for a while. I can imagine Cloud would have gotten antsy at some point.
He's decided to take a nap.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, since this is all I can research thus far without knowing more information about what it is I'm looking for, would you like to make a trip to your brother's shop?
I didn't say
Oh,
where.
you didn't say?
No, I didn't say. I
Oh,
said
would
I
you-
know a place.
Would you like to lead us to where you believe we can find these colored glass?
Sure. Let's just see if Corvus managed to find anything. Where is he?
Honestly, I lost him in the first minute.
I could go looking for him.
I'll look as well. Also, I just want to just say Sapphire had a seriously kind of if people in the Discord refer back to Carrington's photo of Sapphire just going this bitch
To
sad
who?
face for a
Jeez.
moment.
and not knowing proper library etiquette is just gonna stand up and go, Corvus?
Cheese.
Shh.
It's a library.
Right
Libraries
down.
mean quiet.
Yes,
Oh.
very, very much so.
Have you
I
ever
didn't know
been in
that.
a library before?
No.
I'm
Hey,
honestly not surprised.
As I said, she is an eccentric soul. Ah,
Sapphire is just looking around, like kind of.
which point, Lessla holds out or stands up and gives a bow to the student, and she says, "Well, I am Lessla Silverster. I am a wizard by trade, and I specialize in more esoteric magic."
She lowers her cloak, allowing you to get a good look at her for the first time.
Let me just zoom the fuck in.
And I am Masrik of Thay.
Asdric of Fae.
I'm gonna need that spelled out for me.
Yeah,
My mind
Lasdric.
immediately went to
M-A...
Nazarick.
So it is spelled M-A-Z-R-I-Q.
E-Z. Was it Z?
M-A-Z-R-I-Q.
I.
Masrik.
Asdric.
Lessla.
Mm.
I need you to roll me, because you're the one who would have a chance of knowing this.
Mhm.
This would be either history or arcana check, your choice.
All right.
It does
I'm
not have to do with dragons.
all right. 14.
That's enough. Her saying that she's from Thay, and the distinctive red garments beneath the student robes, the short hair, it's all kind of coming together. She's fitting the bill for what would be a red wizard.
Mm-hmm.
What you know about them is not much, just that they are a very old wizard order. They are the rulers, the ruling class of Thay. The only real thing you know about their magic is that they tend to forego one school entirely in favor of another.
Interesting. Lessla. Well, Mesri Cafe. If you ever wish to exchange magical theories, I'm sure that I will be frequenting this library in the near future, and I would enjoy getting to know such a interesting student of the arcane art.
As would I. I look forward to potential future meetings, Lessla Silverster. She returns your bow and begins to make her way off.
She is odd.
Well, that is the realistically one of the first of those that study the arcane art that I've had to talk to since my mentor.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Sapphire did not stick around and went to look for Corvus.
Yeah, Corvus, at this
To hear
point,
his
it's
name
been
being called.
long enough for you to go
There
through
you
the entire book. Sapphire is standing above you as you
Hey,
sit on the
there you
floor
are.
reading.
I have like there's also like scraps of paper he's managed to get, and he's been like I guess they like have pens and pencils provided here. No.
They do have quills around, yes.
Yeah, he's been scribbling on like a piece of paper that he got from somewhere legitimately, and
Totally.
he's just been scribbling down some of the more important things he thinks is more important on the page. And he just notices Sapphire, and
As she goes, hey, there you are.
It just looks up at you.
Find anything interesting?
This is the book, and he input the pieces of paper he was writing on, like blowing on them quickly to try and help the ink drying, hoping for the best, folding it up, putting it in like this weird case he seems to have that he then buries at the bottom of his bag, putting his bag back on his shoulder and standing up, putting the book back on the shelf.
So that's a yes.
Just grunts and looks at you.
Anything helpful for what we're researching or personal things?
Nothing I could find.
Okay. Well, I think we're getting ready to head out to find some colored glass to help us read that. And she lowers her voice to help us read that weird book.
Kind of looks at her like she just spoke a foreign language. Sure.
Considering you guys were arguing about that book yesterday, I thought you'd be a bit more intrigued to read its contents.
I have my reason.
Great. Well,
The grumble of a hungry belly.
I'm sure there'll be food there too. If not, we can get some along the way.
Corvus?
Suppose.
Did my Discord break? What?
No, he's just being
No.
quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
He's been quiet.
It's
and
hard
can't
to
get
tell.
past
It will
you.
take some getting used to that.
Yeah.
All right, I forget that I actually have to like speak. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a wall. Ignore me going that way. So I'll lead the way back.
All right.
All right.
Lady Silverster, why do I have to be quiet in the library?
When I was reading, would it have been long enough for me to take a short rest?
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Uh,
You're not doing any strenuous activity.
I was.
Yes, Lessla was.
What about cheese? Who's cheese?
I'll give
Cheese
it to
was
Cheese
really
too.
focusing
Cheese
on
can
those
have a short
pictures.
rest.
And once we're outside the library, I will hand Cheese the bag of gift.
Ooh, goodies.
And to Lessla, I'll be like, I don't exactly know where Inik went. He kind of ran off after the druid that was handing this out to whoever walked down the alley.
On closer inspection, could I know what this is?
You go ahead and roll me a nature, or let's see, I believe it's survival.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a survival check.
Okay.
14.
It's some type of mushroom, but you're not familiar with what.
I'm writing that down. Give me one moment.
I will
Bag of
change small
random mushroom.
bag
And the
of
shiitake
strange
mushrooms.
brown mushroom.
It's a type of mushroom. Is it familiar to me? Or can I just
No.
tell that it's a mushroom?
It's a mushroom, that's about it.
It's a mushroom. I don't know what it is. Sorry.
And you
It's-
can always experiment with it by setting it on fire or dipping it in water.
Or eating it.
Well, considering how the druid was when Inik and I saw him, it's most likely something to be.
I apologize for interrupting, but because it's cheese, I have to ask. Does cheese
Mhm.
immediately take a bite of the strange mushroom after saying that?
Yes.
Roll a con save at disadvantage, cheese.
Perfect. Give me one moment.
Sapphire just stops mid-sentence and just goes, I think we're gonna have to either carry her or direct her or just keep an eye on her.
9.
Yeah,
I'm so pissed because the other one was at 20. It was a nat 20.
Oh,
yeah, cheese, you feel fine for now.
It seems
Cheese.
alright.
Cheese has just had a bit
You
of
are
an edible.
poisoned for the next 48 hours.
Oh, fun. Hold on. Let me
Cheese, you
add that
had
condition to
some
myself.
damn good edible.
I don't think that's good if it's poisoned.
Cool. I have the poisoned condition now.
There's
It
a
seems
strong
fine.
edible.
The problem is I don't know what your baseline is.
Cheese, you currently hear Lessla as though she were on helium.
She's just smiling.
Alright, well, follow me if you can. And
Alright.
then Lessa will look to Sapphire and says, Miss Eldercrown, if you would please.
Just Sapphire is fine.
Cheese, you
she
hear Sapphire as though her voice were very, very, very low.
She's giggles.
The best part about this is there's no way they would know that anything's
This is just
wrong.
completely in character for
That's-
cheese.
That's
This is
incorrect.
just normal.
Sapphire has an idea because that druid was high off his fucking ass.
But the thing is, cheese also just acts like that all the time.
All right. So the two of you take the lead. Cheese, you follow behind as their shimmering forms begin to waddle away, tails dragging across the pavement and ears flopping in the wind.
And Corvus obviously behind.
I'm behind everyone, yeah.
Corvus
You
is
see
has
you see a strange mud creature following behind them, and a
Jesus
very
is just
energetic
skipping
green
along.
dog.
Cheese is just skipping at this point. If she sees any bugs, it's over.
Oh, I'm keeping an eye on the cat.
Okay, Corvus roll me a perception. Cheese also roll me a perception.
Yeah!
Would it be a disadvantage for her?
No.
Oh wait, because
23, baby.
no, because
Corvus-
you're poisoned. Everything's disadvantage.
Corvus, no, this is not.
Oh, interesting.
Like I said, she's high off her ass.
Corvus, you do not see the cat. You do not see any cats in the general vicinity. They seem to be very terrified of your pet. Cheese, out of the corner of your eye, you see step down an alleyway a very tall, shimmering figure with several sets of arms. Doesn't seem to pay any notice to you.
Cheese immediately turns and goes to follow it.
Now here's the
You'll-
She's
question:
doing
Do
this
we
as
notice
I
that?
quietly as
we hear the
possible.
I imagine we
Yeah.
hear the hooves on the pavement.
Can I
You
make a
all
stealth
see
check?
Cheese turn down a random alley. Cheese, make a stealth check at disadvantage.
Ah, hell yeah.
Flip flop.
That one, come on.
9.
What?
Might as well be. Cheese, you are very visible. You think you're sneaky. Everyone else, you see Cheese step on several tomatoes, squish, 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 and knock over a barrel of something. A skittering rat comes out and darts down the alleyway. Cheese does not notice this.
Cheese, Miss Cheese, are you all right?
You do not hear them,
Yes.
Cheese.
Sapphire is gonna
Perfect.
go to Cheese because she Sapphire knows the area. She can get them to the shop, wherever they are.
Cheese, you begin to follow this being down this alleyway. Down this street
No.
lined with stalls selling various random and odd bits and
did it!
pieces of things.
Shadow,
You
did it.
begin to follow them, speeding up a little bit, and like you want to catch up to this, whatever they are, and all of a sudden, everything goes black. Sapphire and Lessla, you watch Cheese run full force, full sprint straight into a wall at the dead end of this empty alleyway.
I do not think that mushroom was good for her.
As I was saying, considering that Druid was definitely high off his rocker. Yeah.
I wonder if we could.
Sapphire's gonna help Cheese up.
Am
As
I
best
am
she
I just
can.
like blacked out? Am I just gone?
Very close to. Cheese, as Sapphire and Lessla come to help you up, you
And
see
Corvus,
three
probably.
figures, and Corvus, you see 4 figures reach down and begin to give you a hand up. Then you slowly lose consciousness.
Oh,
And he
I
lost.
like this
And he
mushroom. And then she just conks out.
all right.
Corvus just grabs her and slumps over his shoulder.
I'm gonna take the mushroom back from her.
This
Probably
6'4"
wise.
giant fawn girl just shrugged over the shoulder, fireman carry.
I don't think there's any carrying Cheese.
There is. It just takes several people to do it.
How heavy is Cheese?
Oh,
Not
goodness.
light.
Well, let's put it this way. Lessla is 125 pounds. Cheese is easily a foot taller than her.
Cheese is exactly a foot taller, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I think Cheese is also bulkier than Lessla in general.
Bit. But yeah. I'm sorry, guys. That was too good of an opportunity.
I don't
Couldn't
blame you.
not.
Okay, you can drag later there, or 30 times while pushing or dragging. Instead of the thing. Yeah,
I
it's probably
sincerely
like-
hope you're not all going to drag Cheese along the cobblestone for over a mile.
She weighs with the help of my Drake a little bit because he's a little strong.
Technically speaking, Lessla has a lift weight of 360 pounds.
I have a lift rate of 300 pounds.
I have no idea how to calculate that shit.
I
Yes.
think
My strength's 11.
between the two of you, you'll be fine to carry Cheese somewhere.
Well, here's the problem. Lessla doesn't want to actually carry her.
Okay, I'll do it.
That's fair.
She's not 300 pounds.
Well,
A
no,
horse is able to.
Yeah, but
Yes, it's just for the distance you have to go.
yeah.
Between
You're
between
just you're,
Corvus
you're drunk
and
girl
his
carrying
Drake,
her.
yeah, between Corvus and the Drake, you're able to carry Cheese for a while.
Meanwhile, Lessla watches over it, but makes no attempts to help carry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to leading the way.
Drake's full carry capacity, like when it pushed out, is 390, but its carry capacity only 190. So as long as she's less than 190 pounds, the Drake can easily carry her.
I'll leave that to for Marin to decide as to how much cheese weighs.
I'm doing research.
All right.
I did a roll table to figure out Leslie's weight.
Regardless, you guys are easily able to get cheese to Sapphire's
yeah.
family store. There are still guards standing out in front of it.
Mm-hmm. I imagine the door is locked too, so Sapphire just pulls out her own key.
Yeah, you make your way in easily.
Jasper, I'm home. I'm back. I've brought guests.
Ah, so this is where you were taking us.
I mean, yeah, seems like the best place to get colored glass.
And Lessla is immediately looking for different types of colored glass.
Jasper sits up from behind the counter. Oh, but people.
There's immediately eye contact with Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
A stab
Why
of
is
man
that
lips.
one staring at me?
I don't know. He does that. He's not really much of a talker. This is Corvus. That's Cheese. You've seen Inik before. And this is Lady Lessla Silverster.
Please,
rolls her
just
eyes.
Lady Silverster.
Lady Silverster.
Thank
Another
you.
eye roll. The people in the kind of adventuring party I joined.
I'm sorry, did you say cheese?
Yes, I did.
Her full name is Bleu Cheese.
Of course it is.
And Lessla
Nice.
has not looked up from trying to find the glass.
What are you all doing here?
I am in need of specific colors of glass or lenses.
In other words, a potential customer for today.
Oh, okay. Let me see what I have. I'll be right back. Saf, keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't break anything.
Well, the one that probably
Okay,
would
the
break
one most
something-
likely to break something is asleep.
That's what I was getting to. It's like
Sorry.
the one most likely to do that is currently unconscious.
He
I'm
just
gonna
kind
do
of
it.
waves
Yeah,
you off
okay.
and goes into the back room.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a medicine check on Cheese, make sure she's alright.
Cheese is fine.
Okay.
Just
She
out
just
cold.
she just screened out. It's okay.
She's just having a good time.
I opened one of her eyes. We saw her get run head first. Make sure she's not concussed. At very least.
Her
Well,
eye
it's-
literally sparkles.
It is hard to tell. Cheese is has goat eyes, remember?
Yeah, but like, yes.
They don't normally sparkle, but you don't think that's a sign of something bad?
Glimmer shroom.
Based on what I had heard, like it's a mushroom, and then Cheese's reaction. Would I have any idea what the fuck that was?
No.
All right. I am proficient in herbalism. That helps.
You can think of many types of mushrooms that could make someone high off their rocker.
Yeah, probably.
None that are
Probably-
quite as potent as this one seems to be.
Probably.
Because
eating
he's
a-
only took
eating
a little
couple.
bite.
Probably eating a couple myself by accident.
No.
Yeah, none of them that seem to produce this strong of a reaction that quickly.
That's unusual.
Mushroom dance. Mushroom dance. Whatever
Whatever
could it
could
mean?
it mean?
Means
It
you
means
live the
The
life of
life of
sin.
sin.
She mumbles that in her sleep. Jasper comes out behind the back room. With a little box of various scraps of like stained glass.
Oh, perfect. And Lessla will walk over to it.
See anything you fancy?
I need specifically red, blue, and violet.
I think I have some of each one.
I thought it was green.
I
Yes,
have
we-
green.
Oh, I thought you said you had red.
Yes. I'm I'm sure, like, out of character, Lesla's glasses have a small enchantment on them that make them match the lenses match the color of the person's eyes who was wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And so and I'm actually thinking about making a crazy artificer goggle that basically I can flip all these lenses down if I need to.
Okay.
Basically, you have you ever seen like the crazy Toy Story
No, I
2,
know
like,
exactly what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
I'm just thinking about the glasses from National Treasure.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about the glasses from Toy Story that goes.
Yeah, I know that Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically what I was thinking about making. Is like just getting yeah. But do I see the colors I need?
Yes, you do.
Ah, perfect. And just to test it out, I'm going to
So
arrange.
you reach for them, and he snaps the box closed. Payment first.
What? I don't
I'm
even
not
know.
giving these to you for free.
I was going to see if it worked first.
First you pay, then you can have the glass.
Hmm.
Sapphire's just smiling innocently.
I can always go put it back.
How much?
5 copper each. He is absolutely ripping you off.
Yeah.
Sapphire
copper.
says nothing.
He has the
So-
most innocent look on his face.
Yeah, but Lessla doesn't trust people. Lessla narrows her eyes but can't see that behind the green glasses and says, "Is 7 copper."
7 copper each.
7 copper for the batch.
I don't think so.
I
I'm sure
can't-
you can always find another source of colored glass on short notice. Yeah, I'm sure churches are always willing to just give up one of their priceless windows. So I don't think you'll be needing this after all, and he starts to walk away.
Which point Lessla says is, "Mr. Eldercrow, I come from a merchant state. I understand the value of this glass, and I know that for a fact 7 copper for the batch is more than it's worth. If you really wish to haggle, I will bring it up to 1 silver, and that is the final offer."
And I happen to know that you desperately need this. That makes the demand go up.
I love Jasper. He's so vicious.
Responds with, "Okay, I'll just let your sister die, trollface."
Corvus is just like checking. 'Cause, like, I was like, while this is going on, Corvus is just gone. After seeing her eyes sparkling, Corvus is just checking her to make sure like she is not dying.
She is in fact not dying.
Okay, but that's what he's doing in the background right now.
Yes, but a nearly 300% markup is gouging, and while it would be quite hilarious to call in the gods, I'm pretty sure that there are rules against such practices.
My dear Lady Silverster, there are no rules whatsoever against charging what I see fit for scraps of garbage in my own shop. I have what you want, and I've told you the price I'm willing to give it to you for. It's as simple as that. Take it or leave it.
Don't bother asking for my discount. That makes the price go up.
Which one Lessla says is.
Yes, you still owe me.
How about this agreement then? I will pay you 7 coppers for the batch. If it is what I need it to be, and it works properly, I will give you the other 8.
8 up front, 7 when it works.
Deal.
He smiles, opens up the box. A pleasure doing business with you.
Mm-hmm. And Lessla will take the colors that she needs and basically hold it between 3 fingers as she kind of slides it next to her glass. She pulls out the book first and opens it up, and she and then she, trying to get it in the right order, just holding it between her fingers at first, looks at the book to see if it works like it said it would.
So, as you hold them up in the right configuration, trying to shift them a little bit so you can see clearly through them, which proves to be a little bit of a challenge. This is not the best quality of stained glass.
Yeah.
You begin to see them in a much clearer shape. You recognize the letters in this alphabet, but you still can't read the language.
What can I identify? Is it
Oh,
actually?
you can identify the letters, yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that means that I can eventually decipher it if I study. If I can basically Rosetta Stone the shit. Lessla, seeing that, will pull out we'll pull out the rest of the money and hand it over and say, it appears this will do what I need it to do.
I'm glad I could be of service.
Hey Jess, how much do I owe you again? She's like leaning over the counter, whispering.
I haven't tallied up the tabs since last week.
I'm paying for rent again, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this checks out.
And Lessla has opened up her kind of like a notebook and is already sketching out a redesign of her glasses to make it a little less. They'll look a bit gaudy, but it'll work. It works for what she needs it to do.
All right.
That's how he reacts to the fact that the Drake still has dried blood in its mouth.
Surprisingly, no.
Alright, that's actually...
Also,
I'd
is
be
Jasper
concerned.
not having any adverse reaction to everyone else, or is he just
You
so
can
used
tell
to
he's
me?
You can tell he's bristling a little bit, but
Mhm.
he also lives with you.
That's fair. So you should
Meanwhile,
get used to it fairly fast.
while this is all going on,
Meanwhile, Inik.
Inik, it's been a while, buddy.
Yeah.
You went back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean the actual inn, or are you going to the tavern at the Adventurers Guild?
Probably the tavern in the Adventurers Guild to find another job.
Okay. So, Inik, you arrive back at the Adventurers Guild, and sans friends, despite what you may see there. Yeah, it's just the same rowdy establishment as it's always been.
Alrighty, I'll go look at the job board.
So you head up to look at the job board. There has not really been anything new posted since yesterday. There's still the cat commission. No one's claimed that yet.
Great, I leave.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing to do there.
You're not even just gonna hang out for a little bit. Just nope.
With a bunch of people who are scared of me.
That's a fair point.
What better way to hang?
Like, realistically, Inik is pretty used to this at this point. He doesn't see a reason to go talk to people who are just
I mean,
scared
you
of him.
could talk to our best friend Margaret.
Who?
The job leader
The
that
barkeep.
the barkeep
was
that you
definitely-
don't talk to.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Lessla is the one of the trio that really talks to that person. Cheese talks to
Alright.
everyone.
Cheese does talk to everybody. Whether she should or shouldn't.
So Inik, you head back to the actual inn and I guess just sit down and wait.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright.
I mean, after I buy the glass, there's really nothing more to do than just work on that, but I don't actually have any tools yet.
Yeah. For now, I think that's where we're going to leave off for the night.
Okay.
All right.
Just
And with that, we will call it here for today. For those of you who joined us, thank you. As always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are, and remember to stay frosty. For those of you watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, Shadows Follies, and our bullshittery, and ring that notification bell to get more like it in the near future. Until next time,